On December 17, 2010, an unemployed Tunisian man, Mohamed Bouazizi, aged 26, from southern Tunisia, set himself on fire to protest against joblessness, sparking a popular uprising against the government. 2 more suicides followed, spurring protests across several other Tunisian cities. The social movement, initiated by lawyers, journalists and labour unions, demanded more work opportunities and reform of the government of the President Zain al-Abidine Ben Ali. According to the government counts, 23 Tunisians were killed by police and security forces, while numerous numbers were injured. The clashes between protesters in Tunisia and the security in the country lasted for about a month, until January 13, when Ben Ali decided to step down after more than 3 decades of ruling the country. On the 25th of January 2011, Egyptians began their protests against their president Hosni Mubarak after his 30 years of ruling. This grabbed much more attention than the Tunisian revolution. According to the Human Rights Watch, police violence against protesters has led to the deaths of at least 300 people, a huge number compared to the 23 Tunisians who were killed for their country. On 12th of February 2011, Hosni Mubarak stepped down as president. Now he is under house arrest, pending investigations for many charges brought up against him. It was only a matter of time when the revolution tides reached to Libya. It was expected that the middle country between Tunisia and Egypt will recover soon enough from the virus that has been ruling it for 40 years. Libya has waited too long for this uprising that is evolving in front of us into some sort of revolution. The taste of freedom is not free and its price is paid in blood instead. The people of Libya have suffered more than the Tunisian and Egyptian people due to Gaddafi's stubborn mind. More than 6,000 people have been reported dead.
I'm proud to be Egyptian. Now I can feel like when I go back to Egypt, I can actually do something.
A beautiful outpouring of the hope and joy that people are feeling today. I think today has proved that that revolutions can happen, and for everybody all over the world. If you can overthrow Mubarak, then you can overthrow anybody, any government. No government is safe.
The best day for any Egyptian, not just Egyptians, for any Arab. This is the best day ever.
It's hard to believe that it's actually happening. I think all of us we got our independence back in the 50s and the 60s, but I really see what's happening now with Tunisia and Egypt. This is the real independence.
This could very much turn out to be a domino effect. It's slowly spreading around the Middle East and North Africa. I went to interview a student at Quentin Kynaston School to find out what she thought about the current situation. How important was the role of the social media in the uprising of the Arab countries?
Social media such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and most popular channels such as Al Jazeera, CNN and BBC all allowed the people to actually see what's really happening in those Arab countries. It gave very, very powerful footage, live footage in Tunisia, Egypt and Libya.
In relation to Libya, do you think that the Libyan people will give up after all the blood that has been shed, as they have not been granted any changes? Or do you think they will go on until Gaddafi leaves?
I think they will go on until freedom is granted, as this is very important and they can't just give up right now. Too many people have died for Gaddafi to leave, and it wouldn't be fair on all those lives that were taken.
After the revolutions that have taken place in Egypt and Tunisia, what do you expect from the other Arab countries which are currently protesting?
I think that the other nations like Libya, Bahrain, Yemen, Syria, etc., they should all learn from what the Tunisian and the Egyptian people have done, as they were able to succeed and they were able to overthrow their governments.
Do you think that the peace treaty will still take place if the Muslim Brotherhood take power in Egypt?
90% of the Egyptians are not in favour of the peace treaty. This could potentially cause a lot of problems for the Israeli government, as they are dependent on this treaty when it comes to restriction of free movement goods and persons between the Israeli and the Egyptian borders. There is a risk that these weapons will flow into the hands of the Palestinians, which will cause a huge problem to the Israelis.
The uprisings and the revolutions of Tunisia and Egypt have taught all the other Arab countries and the governments quite a lot. Thousands took to the streets of Tunisia in December 2010 to protest about unemployment, high food prices, corruption and government oppression. At least 80 people were killed. As days pass, we are slowly seeing numerous dictatorial Arab regimes collapsing. The people of the Middle East no longer want to be robbed of their wealth and dignity, so they are taking action instead.
If you can overthrow Mubarak, then you can overthrow anybody, any government. No government is safe.